Hi, Sparkles, and welcome back to Intuitive Wisdom. This is episode 252, and I'm glad you're here. Today's conversation is one I've been looking forward to sharing with you. My guest is Sophie Malahieude, an Ayurveda and Yoga Consultant, emotional balance life coach, and author whose work grew out of a life lived across France, Germany, and the United States. Every move, every transition asked something new of her, and that's where her work really began. She discovered yoga in 1997, and through that, she started to understand something most of us never slow down enough to notice: how emotions actually live in the body, and how awareness brings us back home to ourselves. In this episode, Sophie and I talk about emotions as messages, not things to manage or push away, but signals from your higher self. We get into what emotional balance really means, why it starts with simply feeling before we try to understand, and how curiosity, without judgment, is what lets the message come through. We talk about the body as a map, how our shoulders hold our boundaries, our chest holds love, our belly holds fear. And we talk about grounding, one simple, powerful tool you can use today. If you've ever felt something and immediately tried to talk yourself out of it, this episode is for you. Here we go. I'm K. Margaret Solorio, certified Angel Reiki Master, intuitive guide, author of Make Ease Your Vibe, and creator of the Home Frequency Reset. This is Intuitive Wisdom, where we explore the connection between energy, intuition, spirituality, and the spaces we live in, so you can create more peace, clarity, and delicious ease in your home, your heart, and your life. Well, welcome, Sophie, again. Thank you so much for joining me today. How are you?
Very good. Very happy to spend time with you.
Oh, thank you. I'm very excited for our conversation. You may know on this podcast, we like to explore what it means to live in alignment with your energy and how tuning and trusting in your intuitive wisdom can transform your inner and your outer world. So I was curious if you could share a time when your intuition nudged you to do something unexpected.
That's a very interesting question. For me, I don't know if it was unexpected what I did, but I think for me, all my life, I had intuition that I was curious to explore. And the challenging part for me was trusting this intuition against my mind telling me, well, are you sure? That doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And the first I can really clearly remember is the first time I was 21 years old, and the first time I met my husband. Um, I met at a party. I never saw him before, and I look at him and say, "Oh, that's the man I'm going to marry."
Oh, goodness, before even talking to him.
Yes, and then I said, "Oh, don't be ridiculous, Sophie." And actually, it took me 2 years so we become friends, and then we dated 2 years later. But somehow, I was sorting it out my life, like to be ready. I was getting
Mm.
rid of a toxic relationship. I was putting myself together, thinking of what I wanted in life, who I wanted to spend time with. And so 2 years later, we started to date it. 2 years later, we got married, and it's over 30 years now. So, and for me, intuition is something that is surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a little scary.
Definitely.
And if we take a time just to pause and say, okay, why do I feel that? How do I feel in my body? How do I feel mentally? And then I think that it's very helping, gratifying, I would say, to follow our own intuition. Yeah.
Yes. Well, you're here to teach us about emotional balance. So I was wondering if you'd start by explaining what is emotional balance.
Yes, and I think that emotional balance go hands to hand with intuition.
Yes. Well, you were just talking about dropping into your body.
Yes. For me, emotional balance is our own ability to receive the experience with the emotion that it arises in our body, and to process it in a way that is helping us to move forward.
Mm.
For me, emotional balance is not, oh, I don't have emotion, I'm just going through life without anything. Uh, no, because any experience brings an emotion. It can be an experience that brings love, it can be an experience that brings sadness or anger or any other emotion. They are part of our life. It's important to pay attention to them. And what brings balance is that to recognize it, to assess it, process it, and grow from it. This is emotional balance for me.
Ah, so not tucking it away or not like actually giving it time and not just feeling it, but to process it and to be balanced with the knowing and not just the feeling, I suppose.
Yes, for me, emotion are like, well, they are energy. There is
Mm.
energy all around us. And so energy is meant to flow. We can talk how much we want. Evolution is there. Evolution is movement. Um, if you think about your body, whatever is happening in your body, there is a cycle, there is movement. Life is full of movement and cycle, the day, the night, the season, everything. Emotions are the same. They are energies that are circulating.
Mm.
And as we let we want the emotion do all what it has to do. Feel it is the first step. And it's an important step, particularly in our society, where we are taught to hide it, suppress them, not talking about it. So it's right there, the energy coming inside the body, and we say, oh no, I'm not going to talk about that. So it gets stuck.
Mm.
And the first place it gets stuck is in the mind and the body. And so there is no relationship between the mind and the body because we zip it. But
Oh.
as soon as okay, you know what? I'm very sad right now. Let's feel the sadness. And then we explore, and the first place we explore is the body. Well, I feel constriction in my chest. I feel that I am crying. I feel that, and then the mind is going to kick in and say, yeah, I am sad, so I don't have enthusiasm for life. I'm not motivated. I think that everyone, I am a victim. And so as soon as we assess, okay, okay, but then we become curious.
Mm.
What does it tell me about life? What does it tell me about me? I am sad. What I am sad about? That nobody's going to love me? That I'm not going to love myself? What is it? And I don't know where this is going to lead me. But the process is important because then we get the message. So, and as soon
Mm.
as we feel the emotion in the body, we are curious in the mind, then there is movement again. And the emotion is going to bring what is supposed to bring us. And in a way, it's really an emotion is close to an intuition because we follow it. We don't know where we go, but we follow it. And what does it teach me? And it's a connection. For me, emotion is a connection between body, mind, and the spirit. Um,
That's
it, it, it's another way to go there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I've never heard someone describe it that way. I've heard two things that from what you were just speaking that one balance, there's also balancing the mind and the body. So maybe I think for me sometimes I feel the physical symptom first and then I don't know how to reconcile that with my mind, but you were saying and I chuckled a little bit because being curious has been the answer to a lot of things lately in my life. So getting curious and asking the questions, but then I think what the beauty there that you said was treating your emotions like you would treat your intuition because we put intuition sometimes a bit on a pedestal like this is like in personal development the ideal is to be just following your intuition and to have that faith and to walk that way always and to to not be scared, even though it's scary because it's leading you somewhere unknown, and to just trust yourself to get to that place where you can innately every day wake up and have the, the financial and the time freedom and that everything to just follow what your intuitive guidance says. But like that's hard to reconcile. But then if we give that to our emotions, I think that's really nice because it provides a lot of relief. I think emotions, maybe because of past conditioning, they feel really heavy or confusing or limiting or I was going to say damning, but there's probably a better word. There's this heaviness to it. And when I think I'm going to really take that going forward, if I think of my emotions like my intuition, that they're leading me somewhere, and I get to not judge that, but go on that journey and allow it, there's a lightness to that I appreciate.
Yeah, yeah. In one way, it is giving ourselves grace for what
Yes.
it is.
And
And
ease.
you,
Amen.
you said a very important word. You said judgment.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. It's something that we are facing every single day.
Yes.
We are judged by other people. We are judging other people. We are judging ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But when we put judgment out of the equation, if suddenly I need to cry and I cry without, without the fear that what other people are going to think about me,
Oh, even expressing the emotion.
then we
Hi, Sparkles. Before we get back to today's conversation, I want to share a few ways that I can support you. If you've ever wondered whether the energy of your home could be affecting your mood, clarity, intuition, or overall well being, I've created a free interactive quiz. In just a few minutes, you'll discover your home energy type and receive personalized guidance to help create more peace, alignment, and delicious ease in your home and life. And if you're ready to go deeper, I offer home frequency reset sessions where I help clear energetic clutter and realign the energy of your space so it feels more calm, supportive, and aligned with the life you want to create. You can learn more about the quiz, my home frequency reset services, and book a session by visiting my website, deliciousease.com. And if you're looking for even more inspiration, be sure to pick up a copy of my book, Make Ease Your Vibe. It's filled with practical tools, reflections, and insights to help you create more ease and trust yourself more deeply, living greater with intention. It covers mindset, time strategies, and energy. You can find Make Ease Your Vibe on Amazon in both paperback and Kindle versions. I believe you deserve to be seen, supported, and inspired. And you deserve a home that loves you back. All right, now let's get back to today's episode.
feel better. And you would say, "Oh, Sophie, you study all about the mind and the body and the spirit for so many years. You should be just great." Uh, I just a little more forward on the past, but I still have emotion. And sometimes we have the when we have the opportunity to talk with someone, it's helping us to move a little faster.
Mhm.
So lately, I had a concern about the health of one of my children, and I was not in my emotion and intuitive aspect of my mind, but in the everything is going to be okay. She's a doctor, blah 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 blah. But I was carrying that for me for a few days, and I got on a phone call with a friend, a dear friend, and I told her everything. And I said, and there is that and that and that. And she looked at me and said, "So what is your concern, Sophie?" And suddenly I follow my intuition. Well, not my intuition, my emotion, whatever you want to call it. And I started to cry and say, "I'm such a failure as a mother." And
Oh,
what has that to do with anything? And so I realized that it had triggered some aspect of myself where I put expectation. And so I cry and I realized that what I was saying had no foundation, but it was building an emotion that was very painful, constriction in my heart, less motivated. And as soon as I let it out, and I had this open conversation with my friend who was very, she's very curious. And so she asked me simple question without judgment. And then I resolved everything and I felt better. So it's very interesting to see where it leads us.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and being willing to give it that opportunity. Because I think we don't always think, oh, I need to journal, or oh, I could sit down and talk to somebody, and that feels maybe heavy, like you're burdening them or you're talking about yourself, but really you're just opening that door and seeing what happens.
Yeah. 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 Definitely.
Um, that's amazing. What are some early signs that somebody's body is holding unresolved emotional tension?
The first thing that come in my mind is um, live in your body. The body express what the mind has a difficulty
Oh.
to say. So, for example, if I come back with the health concern for my one of my child a few weeks ago, um, I was feeling tense on my shoulders, but I didn't question it. I thought, oh, yeah, Sophie, it might be just stress lately. You did so much. Um, and so the first symptoms is what you feel in your body. Do you feel tense in your body? Do you have a specific area in your body that feel constriction? It can be the belly, it can be the heart center, it can be the neck, it can be the back. And so pay attention to those signs when they linger. I would say that, okay, you go to the gym and the next day you are sore everywhere. Well, probably that's the gym, right? But if that's something that's still building until one day you cannot raise your arm anymore because it's so painful, what does it tell you? So the body express what the mind is not yet able to formulate. So there is tips. So, for example, um, shoulders is about boundaries.
Hmm.
Where do we give up boundaries? The chest, the heart is all about relationship and love. The When you feel the belly is usually it's related with fear,
Hmm.
fear of going somewhere or a change career or whatever it might be. Knees, also, it's about direction. When we feel the knees over and over, do I go in the right direction? Does someone force me to go in one direction? And I think that that's the first symptoms. That's the first symptoms in the physical body that something is not aligned, body, mind, and spirit. Um, Sometimes it can be very quick resolved. Sometimes it's require a little more self-inquiry. Other symptoms for me that are very important is uh, digestion. We digest food, we digest thought, we digest emotion. When the digestion is off, what is it I didn't digest? It can be a type of food, if you do your self-inquiry. Okay, well, every time I eat, I don't know, strawberries, I am sick. But it can be something else. Sleep. When the sleep, there is a lot of insomnia, when we cannot sleep for a very long time. What is it in our lives that is bothering us? So for me, all it's a place, the body, when we understand what is misaligned in our life,
Hmm.
and particularly with emotions. I have plenty of example of emotion. I'm just going to give a quick one. I lost my mother 10 years ago.
Hmm.
And I was thinking I was doing well. And 4 months after her passing, I started to have a difficulty to breathe. So I had a regular checkup with my doctor and said, well, everything is fine. Your lungs are, everything was functioning well, but I was not well. So I talked with my yoga teacher and she said, Sophie, that we hold grief in the lungs, don't you? And I said to her, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. But did I do the work? Did I grieve my mom? And actually, it's a day I realized that I was not giving myself time and space to grieve.
Hmm.
And so when we feel in the body, I think that there is not only the venue of the mind. And so it's important to look for support when we need support. So I went to see an energy healer who helped me to regain movement of the energy in my chest. But in parallel, I was also shaking my body. I was also doing breathing exercise. I was doing self-inquiry and meditation. And all that helped me to move forward. And talking with someone is important. So I give you all the tools that we can use when we discover that something is misaligned in the body with the mind and spirit.
Do you have any tips of how we can be a good friend? Like help, like if somebody comes to talk to us and is trying to process or open that door to understand their own emotions, how we can help with that?
The first thing I would say that because over the years I did different training and I did a training, it's called grief yoga. And the first thing they were teaching us that really served me all the time is that as friend, we are not here to fix our friends.
Hmm.
What we can help and support them is be present and and listen to them. Listen to them. Do they want to go out? We go out. Do they want to stay home? Yes, they want to stay home. Do they want just you to be here and sitting? Then you sit. If they are ready to talk, they are going to talk. I think that the first thing is not trying to fix them.
Hmm.
What I understood also is that uh, in the past, why did I try to fix my friend uh, or my student? Is because they were coming with a topic where I was uncomfortable.
Hmm.
When we are uncomfortable with our own emotion, we are uncomfortable with other emotion, and other people emotion reflect on us. So if you are sad, I don't like to see you sad because it makes me uncomfortable. So I want to fix you.
Hmm.
Well, now I have a completely different perspective. You are sad. What do you need? Do you need to talk? Do you need to dance? Do you need to breathe? Do you need to be silent? Do you need my presence? And whatever you need, I'm here for you. I think that's it's simple, but at the same time, it's very powerful.
Hmm. It's kind of also, I mean, opening that door for them to listen to the emotion or to see where it leads. Because then there's not judgment of how it should be or what the outcome is, but where are you now
Yeah,
kind of
yeah. Exactly
perspective.
like my friend the other day said to me, Sophie, it's fine if you want to cry. And you say that and boom. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So how about ourselves when we feel out of balance? What are tools we can use to ground
Yeah.
ourselves?
You said a good word. The first thing that when we feel in this space of lot of emotion, the first thing would be to ground yourself. So, okay, on the top of my head, the first thing I would do is feel my feet grounded on earth.
Okay.
So it can be just a simple practice at home, placing my feet grounded on earth and paying attention of my breath. It can
Hmm.
be also going for a walk. And even if you can, going for a walk barefoot, so you ground yourself on earth. For ourselves, yes, ground myself, pay attention to my breath. I'm a big, huge fan of shaking. So shaking is a great way to, you put a music you like or no music at all the way you want and you shake it. Well, so I'm not a big dancer, I like to shake my body. But if you like dancing, dance. you know, and be alone at home, put your music and dance and let it go. Remember, energy, emotion are energy. You want to energy flow and circulate. So as you shake it, you feel better. You
Hmm.
know, it's expressed like that for myself. Now, for anyone who is listening, if for you moving and shaking the body is translating by going outside and run, then run. Run, push away all and let it come. Let the emotion grow, and it will follow its path, the cycle, and it will bring you clarity. So ground yourself, feet on the floor, deep breathing exercise, shake it, dance it, run it, and then comes a part of self-inquiry.
Mhm.
Be curious, whatever questions. Is this emotion true? Is it really true? How does it make me feel? Who would I be without this thought? Where does it lead me? What do I want? And without judgment, just compassion and grace. Yeah.
That's wonderful. I've learned a lot already. Is there anything you would like to add to our conversation?
I think it's just in case it was not very clear in our conversation, my last thought would be to see the emotion, our messaging, as messages from our higher self, and they have a purpose in our life. So just listen to them. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Where can listeners connect with you and your work?
The best place would be my website. It's called ayurveda.com. But you can also find me with my full name, Sophie Malahieude, on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and you will also find more information about the process to go beyond the emotion with my new book, what is called Beyond Emotions,
Wonderful. And is the book available everywhere or on Amazon?
on Amazon.
On
Yes, my
Amazon.
book is on Amazon.
Wonderful. I will include, of course, all those links in the show notes. And thank you so much. I very much appreciate this conversation.
Me too. It was lovely to be with you. Thank you.
Hey, Sparkles. I have 3 reflections I wanted to highlight from my conversation with Sophie. I keep coming back to this one line from our conversation: feel it first and then get curious. We always talk about asking questions, right? I love learning by asking questions. You ask the angels for help, but also thinking about communicating with the energy within you and those emotions, that energy, emotion, just to feel it, awareness, right? And then to get curious. What is the message there for you? I realized, again, I always need the reminder of how often I do the opposite, analyzing before I let myself feel, or worse, judging myself for having the feeling. So get curious. Reflection 2: Sophie's body map has me paying attention differently this week. I very much appreciated that kind of clear, simple association, right? Maybe you notice your tight shoulders during a hard conversation, or a knot in your stomach before a decision you're avoiding, that fear. It's all there. And we just didn't know better. So I thought that was a great clue in the great, personal development. And reflection 3: don't try to fix it. I feel like definitely need to hear that one over and over. It's such a simple instruction, right? And it's hard to practice when you, especially I think when you love somebody and you want help, right? You want to fix it. But I noticed how often like that instinct to solve is not actually what's needed in the moment, right? Sometimes just holding that space, allowing for the other person to be and to just stay present is the greatest gift, is that love. All right, I'll see you next week. Hi, Sparkles. If today's episode resonated with you, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could use a little more peace, clarity, and support. I appreciate your help. To learn more about my home frequency reset services, take the free home energy type quiz, and explore my book, Make Ease Your Vibe, be sure to visit my website, deliciousease.com. That's DELICIOUSEASE.com. And remember, Sparkles, peace is possible, your intuition is trustworthy, and creating a life that feels aligned and supported starts right where you are. All the best, and see you soon.